Welcome back to another episode of Big Bear Boxing Combo, episode number 93. The conversation I want to get into today is George Kambosos overconfident. Also, will it be a repeat of George Kambosos versus TEOFIMO LOPEZ? I'm going to break it all down in this video. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell.
He's a good kid, but just know that we chose you. We looked for the biggest fights. Could have fought anybody. There's a reason why. So, June 5th, looking forward to it.
That I could put into my arsenal, into my style that this guy's not even going to see.
And second of all, he could say that he chose me, but that's not the truth. He was forced into this fight. He did not want to fight me, and up until today, he did not want to sign a contract up until today. So he could say what he want to say. He did not choose me. He was forced into it.
Break it down right now, and
bring
you're lucky you're not
whatever you got
fighting.
to the table.
You lucky I could fight tomorrow.
We'll fight right now. Let's do it right now.
You're lucky we're not fighting today. Because in reality, I'll put you in a fucking stretch.
You were chosen, boy.
And
you were chosen.
Can you repeat the question for me again?
Sorry,
I wasn't chosen.
You were chosen.
He was forced.
You got forced
He
into
didn't
this
want this
position.
fight.
Put everybody on their ass, and you know what? I'm gonna put my foot up your neck, my dude.
I'm taking all your belts.
All right, you ain't
all
shit.
your belts.
Yo, you should be thanking me, my guy. You should be thanking me.
I'm not a kid, so he can stop calling me a kid. I'm a man, and I will show him that in the ring. Respect me as a man, and if he doesn't want to respect me as a man, I'll gain the respect in the ring.
So, you guys know how I break my videos down into different rounds. So, round one will be about, does George Kambosos have too much confidence? Also, in round two, will it be a repeat of what happened with George Kambosos and TEOFIMO? I cannot wait to get to round two, so stay tuned. Try to watch the full video through the full duration as well, so you get the full breakdown of the content. But let's get into round one. So, confidence is never a bad thing until it's a bad thing. What I mean by that, sometimes you can be overconfident. It's very easy to get overconfident. Sometimes, like even with me with business, I don't mean to, put my stuff in the mix of what's going on. But sometimes you can make a lot of money, and sometimes you have a bad week. But when you're making a lot of money, you overconfident, like you got everything figured out. But then when the money goes away, or you're not making as much, then you're trying to figure out what to do next. Then your confidence start going down. But George Kambosos have everything going his way. He got the belts. He did a really good job in defeating TEOFIMO LOPEZ. He deserves what he has. But it is a difference between how he was acting before the belts and now that he has the belts and has the cameras all on George Kambosos. Everything is about him, the contract, everything. I can't blame him for the contract. If you can get away with doing something like that to where your family can win, I don't blame him. I have no problem with the contract or whatever. Devin Haney, he had a choice whether he wanted to sign it or go elsewhere. But where the problem come in for me, just me analyzing everything, just looking at the press conference when they was at Marvel Stadium or whatever. But I feel like the belts is really getting to his head, and I feel like TEOFIMO did the same exact thing. I don't want to talk about it too much because of round two, but I feel like the same thing is repeating itself. And so sometimes when you have everything going your way, you feel like you're in control. You feel like you can control the narrative. You can control what people do. He told, just basically calling Devin Haney a boy. Do what you told. We chose you. A lot of what that sounds like to me is you overconfident. Not only is it overconfidence, but it's disrespectful. And that's the part of the game. But not on it's almost reaching levels to where you questioning, like, what do you really mean by calling me a boy or doing what you told and stuff like that. I ain't no boxer or nothing like that, but I think that Devin Haney is going to take that ammo and he's going to use it against Kambosos. I'm telling you, a lot of times, man, disrespect will get your butt kicked. That's just, I hate to say it like that and be as blunt as I am, but that's sometimes what happens. Sometimes just in regular life, sometimes when people cracking jokes on people, you wind up getting slapped. I don't mean to bring that up, but that's overconfidence. When you're a comedian or whatever, you're a prize fighter, sometimes you think people won't and will not do anything to you or say anything back to you. So the confidence is high because you've been getting away with it for years. And George Kambosos, he's been riding a really good ride. I hope that when June 5th, when they fight, I hope everything goes according to plan for him and his team. But I'm telling you, when you're looking at somebody like Devin Haney that can box, that can move, he can stick and move. He can fight a little bit on the inside. He may not be the best inside fighter, but he can fight you on the inside. And I think that Devin Haney will probably come in as the bigger guy. I'm pretty sure some clauses in there about, a lot of times when the guy with the majority of the belts or the champion or whatever, he can pick and choose and how much weight you can come in. I don't know if they did all that stuff, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. But I'm telling you, when you start talking on a more of a personal, disrespectful type of situation, or when you start making it personal, then that's when they're gonna make you pay. It has always been the case when it comes to any type of combat sports. The biggest, baddest man that's doing all the talking. As you can see, even in this clip, you see the Conor McGregor Mayweather. Conor McGregor was the biggest talker. Everybody said he was winning the rounds when it came to a lot of the press conferences, and that's kind of what I'm seeing again with Kambosos. I feel like he's kind of copying Conor McGregor in a way too. I heard somebody else talking about that too, and I can kind of see that. I think he's trying to do it in his own little way or whatever. But Conor McGregor, you see where he's at now. Yes, he's rich or whatever, but every time he steps into the octagon, it does not go his way, because anybody can talk before a fight, but you have to be able to back it up, and that's where confidence can go wrong. But I do not fault George Kambosos for having the type of confidence that he has. But let's get into round two. So this is the round I cannot wait to get to. I think that it could be a repeat of what happened to Teofimo Lopez when George Kambosos was the underdog. I feel like a lot of people is saying that George Kambosos is the underdog based on a skill set, but I think that the momentum really is going against Devin Haney. So I'm almost thinking as him as being the underdog. He has to go to the other guy's house to fight him. He has to do all, the two-fight deal. If he wins, he has to fight George Kambosos again. So, it's kind of an underdog situation if you're looking at it from a situational standpoint, not a skill set standpoint. But I really feel like the underdog for me is Devin Haney, only because of how the contract was negotiated, the deal that's in place, and everything like that. But Teofimo Lopez had all the confidence in the world. He beat Lomachenko. He made it look easy for a couple rounds. He did get caught a couple times, with Lomachenko. I feel like Lomachenko, if he really had stepped it up, he would have actually beat Teofimo Lopez. But I really feel like that Devin Haney is in the same situation that George Kambosos was when he fought Teofimo. And I feel like it's going to be the same thing repeated all over again. I think, like I said in the first round, confidence it could help you or it could hurt you, and I think that everything is playing out exactly the way. That's why I put some of the clips in from Teofimo and George Kambosos press conferences, because it didn't get as heated, because I'm pretty sure it would have if they would have been face to face. I cannot wait for those guys to get face to face and do a stare off and all that other stuff. But I really feel like all the pressure is really on Devin Haney. He is the underdog. For me, he is. I don't know how you guys view it. I'm taking skills out of it. I'm looking at a situational standpoint, and I'm looking at him like we all looked at George Kambosos when he was going up against Teofimo. Other than the losing part, I don't think that Devin Haney will lose. I don't think a lot of people from a skill set don't think Devin Haney will lose. But nobody really believed in George Kambosos. But now that he has the belts and everything like that, he has all the confidence in the world, which he should. He should feel good and proudful about what he's accomplished or whatever. But I'm telling you, that confidence is going to get him in the end. But I feel like the same thing that Teofimo, he had a lot of mouth. He did a lot of talking, put you in the body bag or whatever he was saying to George Kambosos. And George, he did a good job in taking that. So when they actually fought, George Kambosos overcame everything. He showed the reason why he should be in the ring with Teofimo Lopez. And like I say, he did his thing. I give it to him from a boxing standpoint. I may not be the biggest fan of George Kambosos. I was a big fan of George Kambosos when he was. I was actually rooting for him when he was going against Teofimo. Actually, a lot of people actually picked him to win too, and that's crazy because he was the underdog. But I feel like it's the same situation for Devin Haney. He has a chance to prove to the world that he is the best. Is George Kambosos? I heard another channel talking about George Kambosos. He's not really the best fighter. He's got to be a pretty dang on good fighter to actually have those belts. He may not be the best fighter in the division, but he has to be very good to become a champion, because it's very hard. A lot of times it's politics and stuff like that, but you still got to get in there and show out. Because TEOFIMO Lopez is a really good boxer, even though he's taking you know, it's kind of hard for him right now because you know, a lot of people don't know how to lose with dignity. But you know, TEOFIMO, he'll be all right, I hope. But I feel like Devin Haney is the George Kambosos, and the roles are reversed. Once again, I feel like everything is going to repeat itself. But you guys, let me know what you think about this one down in the comments below. That's going to conclude another episode of Big Bear Boxing Convo, episode number 93. You guys, let me know what you think about this topic down in the comments below. If you want to see what I'm wearing, shoptachi.com. Follow me on all social media platforms that I currently own. Links will be down in the descriptions below. I always want to thank you guys for giving me the motivation to keep going and give you the best in boxing when it comes to content. Also, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also hit that notification bell. It's very important for the growth of the channel and also the algorithm of YouTube. With all that out of the way, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Big Bear Boxing Convo.